Today we're going to be animating on live video. So let's get started. So I am going to start off in Procreate and I want to draw a top hat. So it's going to be very simple. I've got a monoline brush and we're going to go maybe, let's do the sides first. So from here to about there. Maybe there. Okay, and then let's do a band across here. And then maybe, let's bring that down to about there. Maybe that's good. And then we'll do the brim. So let me just connect him and him. And there we go, we got us a top hat. Now I'm going to do black here and we'll do this band red. Alright, so there's our top hat. Next thing I want to do is make a monocle. So let me go back to black again. So I just want to make a circle. Hold the pen down, touch it with the other finger, and get us a perfect circle here. Okay, then we just want to do one more circle, and I'm going to do this on a separate layer, so we'll be able to move it around. Alright, and then I'm going to do the inside of it yellow, and then maybe let's draw like a little square here on the side, as if maybe that would be where connected to the chain or something. But anyway, basically that. Simple as that. What we're going to do now is we're going to save both of these as separate pictures. Save image. Okay, so we got our two little assets that we're going to use to animate. Let's move over to Procreate Dreams now. Okay, so I'm going to start a new project. I'm going to do an HD widescreen, empty project. All right, and the first thing we want to do is move our video in. All of the assets that you will need to do this will be on a download over in Gumroad, as I normally put it. It's a free download, although you have the option to donate $1 or $2 if you think these tutorials are helpful for you. So the first thing I want to do is bring in my live action video. So I'm going to hit the little three dots up here and split view it. All right, and my video is in my photos. So what I'm going to do is this turtle here. I'm going to bring that over into Procreate. That's a live action turtle. And we need to move it over to fix it to match our canvas. We probably need to size it up a little bit. So there's our turtle, and basically he's just going to be crawling away from the lettuce. So that's what we're going to be animating on. Alright, and then we're going to take our top hat here. Let's start a new track first. And let's just drag that over. Okay, there's our top hat animation, and then we're going to drag our monocle over there. Alright, so those, I'm going to go back to full screen on Procreate Dreams. Okay, so there is all of our assets that we need. The first thing I'm going to do is, so we want to shrink these drawings down to one frame. So let's do the hat first. I'm going to take it all the way down. I'm not sure if that's one frame yet, but we'll fix that in just a second here. And then we'll draw our monocle down. All right, now let's see. Stretch our timeline out. You can do that with 3 fingers this way, and to close it up, 3 fingers back the other way. All right, so I want to make sure I'm on one frame at a time. It's easier to do when it's bigger. So there's one frame. There's 2 frames. Okay, so what we're going to do is put it back on 1 frame. Then I'm going to take this down. Oh, it's not at the beginning. Let me move this over. There we go. And then let me shrink this down to 1 frame. There it is. It's 1 frame now. And also we're going to do the same thing with our monocle here. I'm going to shrink it down. Let me make sure it's at the beginning. Shrink it down so it's 1 frame. Okay, so we've got both of our assets at 1 frame. All right, so now what we're going to do is we're going to bring our hat and we're going to put it on our turtle. And we have to resize it. And maybe a little bit smaller than that. I think that's good. So we'll leave it about like that, and then we'll resize our monocle too. And put it over his eye. Is that too big? Maybe a little smaller. There we go. So there's our turtle with his hat and his monocle, and that's on 1 frame. So if we move to the 2nd frame, hat, monocle disappears. So what we want to do is we want to duplicate these assets. Now, if you guys know a better way how to do this, please let me know, but this is the only way I figured it out. So what we're going to do is hold down and duplicate it, and we're going to do this a bunch of times. All right, so I've duplicated it, I don't know how many times, 15, 20 times, I guess. Now what I want to do is to make this a little bit quicker is I'm going to go to our layers mode. We're going to select all of these layers just by drawing a line over them. And we're going to hold it down, and we're going to hit group. Now we have all of those separate photos in a group. Now we're able to duplicate the whole group, which makes this a lot easier. Duplicate, there we go. And we'll do it again. And we're going to do it until the turtle, basically head, goes off the screen, so about down to here. So we'll do it again. And again. And maybe one more. We'll do one more just in case. Alright, so now we've got... Okay, now that we have everything duplicated, if you hit the little arrow here where it says group, you'll see all those separate photos in there that it duplicated. So now what we want to do is go by frame. So that's the next frame. So the turtle really don't move. And the 3rd frame doesn't move. Maybe we should... Let's cut this animation down. So when the turtle starts moving. So let's edit and split it. Then we'll delete that first part, and then we'll move this all the way back to the front. So now he's going to start moving quicker now. Okay, and there is the hat. You need to reposition it again. Oh, okay, I'm still in layer mode. That's what was going on. All right, so click the hat, and then we can reposition it. All right, and then move to the next one and reposition it. You can just do this for each one. I'm not going to sit here and show you guys every single one, but you get the idea. Okay, when you get to the end here, all you got to do is for the next group is just open it up, and you just keep on going. Okay, now that we're here at the end, I'm just going to delete these frames that we don't need, or these pictures, because his head is off the screen now. All right, and then we don't need that group. And I think that's it, yeah. Okay, so now if we go back to the front, let's see how the hat looks. There we go. Nice, okay? And then we're gonna do the same thing for the monocle here. So we're gonna duplicate it a bunch of times. All right, that's enough. And then what I'm gonna do is go to the layer, draw a line across all of these, hold it down, and hit group. All right, now get out of that again, and now we're just going to duplicate that group. And again, we'll do it until we match where that other one was. So about right there is good. All right, and then we're going to open it up and do the same thing we did with the hat. You're just gonna position it over his eye and just do that for each one. Okay, we got that finished. Now I'm just gonna delete the rest of these frames we don't need. Actually, this one we can do quick. If you go into layers mode and select all those remaining frames. Oops. Hold it down. Delete content, and deletes all of them. Okay, now let's go back to the beginning and let's see our animation. Here we go. Okay, all good. Okay, now what we're gonna do is we're gonna add in some sound effects. And I'm gonna try to give these to you. If it makes the Gumroad file too big, I'm not gonna be able to give it to you because they have a file limit size for free downloads. Now, if I set it for $1 and everybody have to pay $1 to get it, then I can do whatever amount, whatever size I want. So that's the way things are with Gumroad. So, okay, next, let's move in the audio files. I'm gonna split view it again. And I think it's in my files. Here we go. So we got this burp sound coming in here. And then we've got this 11 lab file. So 11 labs, if you go to 11labs.com, it is a AI voice generation thing, and it's free for a certain amount of time, which for this little short animation, you'll have plenty of time. You can just pick a voice. You could type in what you want him to say, and then you can choose out of hundreds of voices. So that's what I did. I typed this out, and the audio, let me see, I'm going to move it all the way. Actually, let's go back to full screen. Okay, my audio file here. Let me turn the volume up so you guys can hear this.
By golly, I am stuffed. Couldn't eat another bite.
Okay, so by golly, I'm stuffed. The burp is a little bit too soon, so we're going to move it down.
Stuffed. Couldn't eat another bite.
Couldn't eat another bite. I'm going to split that right there because the other part that I want to come after the burp. So we can just move that after the burp. Try after the burp. All right, now let's see what that looks like. Here we go.
By golly, I am stuffed. Couldn't eat another bite. Pardon me.
And that's it, guys. I hope you've enjoyed this tutorial. It's a very silly one, but just shows you that you can animate over a live action video. I mean, just think about the possibilities. You could hold out your hand and then have like a little magical light come out of it. Just so many things that you could do with this. Just use your imagination. You can come up with all kinds of things. But anyway, that's going to end this week's Procreate tutorial. I hope you've enjoyed it. If you have not subscribed, please do so you get a notification of when I upload new videos. We're over the 1,000 mark. I can't believe we made it. Thank you so much to everybody, and I will see you guys next week for another Procreate tutorial. Take care.